So guys, in our previous session, we talked about the introduction to digital marketing. We looked at how digital marketing had evolved with time. Okay. We equally talked about companies that have made good use of this digital marketing. We equally made mention of the fact that there are several social media platforms out there which we can use in order to actually exploit the digital marketing space. Okay. And we equally talked about having more than 4.7 billion people actively using the internet out of the 7 billion that are in the world as of today. Okay, so in today's class, we are going to continue from where we left off, and we are equally going to get into looking at some of the pillars that constitute the digital marketing space. But before getting to that, we're going to talk about how does 1 minute, please. We're going to talk about how does digital marketing works. Okay, so there are some certain things you need to understand when it comes to digital marketing. We are actually getting into the practical aspect of this class. So how does digital marketing work? How can you take your business to the digital marketing space? What actually constitutes, what are the steps you need to take if you actually want to become successful in the digital marketing space? Okay, so when you're looking at how digital marketing works, you need to look at research, strategy, implementation, and optimization. Okay, these are the various steps. Now, before you get into any business, before you think about any business, before thinking of creating a business or becoming an entrepreneur, you have to get into what we call market research. In marketing, we call that market research. Okay, you need to scan the market. You need to know what is very good for the population. You need to know what people need. Okay, one thing you need to understand about marketing is that don't go for things you know someone is already doing very well, and you think that once you get into it, you're equally going to become very, very successful. Things don't work that way. Okay, if you're thinking of becoming successful online, you should be ready to help others. You should be ready to introduce something very new in the market. You should be ready to introduce something very new to your audience. That's the only way you can become very, very successful. Now, how did Tesla become successful? How did Amazon become successful? How did Facebook Meta become successful? The CEO of Amazon actually saw that obviously there are people who own bookshops everywhere, right? People own bookshops. If you want to buy a book, you can go to a library, okay, you can go to a bookshop and you'll be able to obtain these books from the bookshop. But he wanted to create something very, very unique. If you want to become successful, you need to create something which is unique, what people have never seen before. So what did he do? He decided that he was going to create an online platform where he will be selling books online. Okay, so rather than people going to shops to purchase books, they can stay at home and order these books online and it will be delivered to them. And of course, you can equally order soft copies of this book or you order the hard copy. Now, that is something very new. When you hear of something like that, you can actually sit at home, you visit Amazon website, and you do your research on which book you want to read, okay? Once you've done your research, you try to go through the description, what is actually found in the content of the book. That is when you're going to actually remove your money and you purchase that product. Okay, so when Amazon started this, they noticed that it was really responsive, but it was not really responsive the way he expected. So he decided to do what? Jeff Bezos decided to do what? To introduce other products to the e-commerce platform. That is what made him very, very rich today. And of course, today there are several platforms, there are several online platforms, there are several e-commerce platforms. But none of these platforms will ever reach the level at which Amazon is at the moment because there's only trust. So he did what we call market research. He actually tried to see what people need, and he was able to do what? To solve a particular problem in the society. Now let's look at Tesla. Okay, let's look at Tesla. Tesla is an electronic car, a car that runs on electricity, which means you have to charge it up before you can use. Okay, so what was the CEO of Tesla trying to solve? What was his main objective? His main objective was trying to build a car that is going to be fuel free, that is not going to use fuel. We all know that any product or any machine that uses fuel must obviously do what? Must obviously send out carbon dioxide, which is not good for the environment. So his own main objective was to create a car which will run basically on electricity. And you know, with electricity, it's not going to have an exhaust pipe whereby it's going to be sending out carbon dioxide, which is not good for the environment. That is what we call market research. Trying to get into a business which has been existing, but you are trying to make it more unique. You are trying to bring out something which has not been there before. Okay, so that's what has made him very, very rich today. And that's why you see he's part of the richest people in the world. Not that he's the first to produce a car. No, cars have been running for years, for decades now. But he actually introduced something which the others don't have. And that is what made him to become what? Very, very successful. This is due to what? Market research. You need to go out there, do your research, and you're able to get information. Look at Mark Zuckerberg with Facebook. Now, there was already a platform existing before Facebook actually came into existence. We had what? The LinkedIn platform. Okay, people could actually share information, but it was very, very limited in the sense that you could only share educative material. You could not have that fluent interaction. You could not actually exchange comments with people. It was not really user-friendly. So he thought it wise that if I could create a platform where people will come in, exchange ideas, exchange pictures, text, and so on, and try to do what? To build a very good relationship, I believe that it's going to become successful. So he decided to create what? Facebook. And that's why Facebook is the top best. When it comes to social media platforms, Facebook is at the top. So you need to get out there, do your research, all right, before you think of what? Getting into the market. So you need to do your research, try to get all the necessary materials which you need, try to get all the necessary information that you need in order to do what? To begin your marketing campaign. So if you want to run any advertisement online, you need to do your research, go out there, do your research, get all the materials that are needed, get all the information that you need in order to do that campaign. The next is a strategy. What strategies are you going to use in order to run this particular advertisement? What strategies are you going to use in order to reach out to the mass audience out there? What objectives am I going to use? I have this business and I'm thinking of doing what? Of getting to a digital space, advertise this business so others can know more about this business. Which objective am I going to use? Am I going to design a website whereby people are going to see my ad on Facebook and visit my website? Am I going to place products on my website? Is my main objective to lure people to come into my platform and be able to gain skills? What is the main objective? So you need to do what? Bring out that strategy, because with the wrong strategy, you'll not be able to get the best results. Which particular audience am I targeting? Which audience will actually buy my product? If I actually sell this product in the market, between Bamenda and Douala, who are those that are going to really buy this product more? Those are the strategies you need to put in place. All right. Once you've put the strategies together and you use the right strategy, you're going to get the best results. Implementation. Once you've been able to carry out your research, you've been able to draw your strategy, you now need to do what? You need to implement these strategies. Implementing now simply means you're going to be creating the ads. Are you creating free ads? Are you creating paid ads? How much budget do you have in order to run a particular ad, a particular campaign? Those are the things you should be asking yourself. That is what we call implementation. After implementation, we have what we call optimization. Once you've been able to run the campaign, are you able to convert those who have seen your ad? Are you able to achieve that final objective? If you were creating ads on your website, free ads, and your main objective was that that ad should be on the front end of the Google search result, were you able to achieve that? Were you able to ensure that that information leaves your website or that information actually ranks on the first pages of Google? That is optimization. Were you able to reach out to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people in a single day? That is optimization. What strategies, what did you actually do in order to ensure that you get the best result out of what you've implemented on your ad? This is how digital marketing works. So, on a nutshell, for you to achieve greatness as far as digital marketing is concerned, you need to do your research. Once you've done your research, you gather all the materials, your facts, okay? You now do what? You now bring in your strategies. You may bring the facts, but different strategies will help you to know which campaign you're going to use for your ad. After you've been able to bring your strategies together, you now have to do what? Implementing by doing what? By creating, because you need to understand this. If you want to create a free ad, for example, let's go with a free ad that we are all familiar with. Okay, now, if you have a business like a fashion business, okay, let's just say you don't have an idea of a business. Now you're trying to conceive that idea, research. You go out there, you look at a business which is not really that popular, but you believe that if you get into this business, you are really going to make it big. Okay, so let's take an example like fashion. You want to get into fashion. You get out there, you do your research. So rather than me trying to sell dresses, I would rather produce unique dresses. That is research. Okay, those are research. So you've actually done your research. You've known that fashion is very good. All right, and once you've noticed that fashion is good, you've decided that what you're going to get into what unique fashion. So you're going to go and learn how to do fashion design. Okay, you learn how to do fashion design, and you start producing your own unique dress. That's the reason why you see most of these companies that sell fashion things that are related to fashion. Like when you look at companies like Balenciaga, companies like Gucci, companies like Adidas, these companies are not just there because they are into that particular brand. They are there because they have unique products. If you see an Adidas product, you know that this is Adidas. If you see a Gucci product, you know that this is Gucci. If you see a Balenciaga product, you know that this is Balenciaga. What makes them unique? That's because they have gone out, they have done their market research, they have produced products that are unique, totally different from what others have produced. Once you do that, you are able to get into that, you decide to produce your own unique product. The next thing is what? Strategy. Now that I have produced this product, is it for male or for female? You need to identify that. Okay. If you're making products for both male, female, then your strategy now is that you'll be targeting these two genders, right? You'll be targeting these two genders. Now, if your fashion is only meant for youths, because there are some fashion designers that have produced dresses just for the youths. So if you're producing dresses just for the youths, obviously you have a particular age group that you will target when you're running your campaign for the paid ads. But for the free ads, once you've done your design, you just post on your social media handles. And you actually know what you actually want at the end of that campaign or the end of that ad once you actually created the ad. So implementation is the process where you actually create those images, those designs, you post them, you write your caption and so on. Then optimization, what are the results? Are people able to get back to you in respect to what you've just created? Were they able to purchase a product? Were you able to get back to them? That is optimization. Why digital marketing? Why should you decide to actually migrate or to switch careers in terms of digital marketing? Why is digital marketing far more better than traditional marketing? In the digital arena where business and commerce are heading to, digital marketing tools and techniques provide business owners the best chances for competition, survival, and even business growth. In developed countries like United Arab Emirates, like Europe, America, trust me, these countries have really consumed, they have actually accepted digital marketing wholeheartedly in such a way that you just feel free to do whatever you want online, to order products online, you stay at home, you can do whatever order you want, and everything will be delivered to you. Look at companies like pizza. Look at companies like Burger King, companies like pizza. These are companies that they do what we call this home delivery. People can order their products online and it's being delivered to them. And most of their advertisements that they create, they don't talk about the product, the details of the product. They are simply telling you that order our product and we are going to deliver it to you in the shortest possible time. Which means that they are redirecting you to their application to order and they will supply the products to you. So they are not saying that, they are not creating advertisement that you should visit any of their shops. No, they are creating advertisements so that you can order the products and they deliver these products to you, thanks to what? Digital marketing. So digital marketing provides small and medium-sized businesses the chance to compete and attract their share of targeted traffic. Now, thanks to digital marketing, small businesses can actually go head to head with very big corporations, very big businesses. And some small businesses, comparing their return on investment, it is higher even than most of these corporate businesses. So small scale ventures now have the resources to perform sales and marketing processes that were previously available only to large corporations. That's just what I was explaining. Thanks to digital marketing, you can sit at home. If you have just a bottle of water, you can advertise that bottle of water at home and you will still make sales. You don't need to rent a very big shop. You don't need to have a warehouse. You don't need to have a showroom before you can make sales. It's long gone the time for people creating show houses. Look at products like iPhone. Look at products like various car brands. People don't go to showrooms again to purchase cars. People don't go to showrooms again to look at smartphones, how they have been displayed. It's only in Cameroon now that I really see people displaying smartphones here and there, making playing music here and there. No. At this moment, you sit at home, open your smartphone, read about this particular about the particular product, a particular device, get to know the specifications, place your order, and it will be delivered to you. We have small shops. I've looked at a company website. I've looked at the website of a shop that sells accessories. The site is so sophisticated in such a way that when I even place an order or I decided let me visit the shop, by the time I visit the shop, I look at the shop, look at the website, and then I look at the shop again. The website is 10 times better than what I am seeing, which means that they have focused their attention more on their digital store than their traditional store. And hence, that's how they make sense. And they focus more on what? Home deliveries. These are things you need to put in your mind. These are things you need to focus on when it comes to digital marketing. The second is that it's more cost effective than traditional marketing. We all know that. If you want to carry out a traditional form of marketing right now, you're going to spend a lot. If you want to advertise on radio station, you won't spend less than 50,000. On a TV station, that's just the worst. You will be spending close to 300, 400,000. And of course, you will not be able to reach, you are not even sure of reaching up to 1,000 people. But with $1 only on Facebook, you can reach out to 1,000, 2,000 people in a single day. And out of these 1,000, 2,000 people, you are sure that about 10 to 15 people will contact you to know more about your product. That is the power of digital marketing. 40% of small and medium-sized businesses getting significant savings by using digital marketing method of promotion for their products and services. So they actually have a cost effect. There's actually that reduction in cost by 40% than when they were using traditional form of marketing. Digital marketers get better cost per leads compared to other marketing channels. What is the meaning of cost per lead? Cost per lead simply means that the amount you spend to be able to get one particular information, maybe from a client. That's what we call cost per lead. You may spend about, let's say if you spend 1,000, if you spend, let's say, let me say, if you spend $1, let's say if you spend $100, okay? If you spend $100 and you were able to get, let's say, 1,000 leads from $100. So your cost per leads now will be what? Will be what? That 100 divided by the 1,000 times 100. That will give you in terms of percentage. So how much were you able to spend to get one lead? If I spend $100 and I got 100 leads, it therefore means that one lead costs what? $1. That's the meaning of cost per lead. How much were you able to spend per lead? How much were you able to spend to be able to get one sales? That's the meaning of cost per lead. The next is that it generates higher conversion rate. What is the meaning of conversion? Conversion in digital marketing simply means every profitable action taking place on your website. Any profitable action taking place on your website is known as conversion. So if anybody clicks on an ad, goes to your website and purchases a product, then that's what we call conversion. So the conversion rate is the measure of success for businesses using digital marketing to promote their products and services online. So for small and medium-sized businesses, using digital marketing can increase their conversion rate by over 24%. Which means that if you have to compare traditional marketing and digital marketing, you're going to have a higher conversion rate because you're going to make more sales than when you were doing traditional form of marketing. It helps generate better revenue, obviously, as compared to traditional marketing. Digital marketing actually generates more revenue for you than the traditional form of marketing. The fifth point is that it facilitates interaction with targeted audience. Now, when you create an ad, let's take an example. When you create an ad, when you go to a radio station, you place an announcement, okay? When you place an announcement and somebody listens to that announcement, the person says, wow, I really love this. I love this announcement. You may take your number down. Then later on, the person might not get back to you, right? Even on the TV, when you advertise on newspapers or TV stations, people will get your information. People will like your information, but they will not be able to get back to you. Maybe they might not get back to you. Maybe they forget, all right? Maybe after some time, they might forget to get back to you, or they forgot to get back to you. So what makes the difference between this traditional way and the digital form is that for the digital marketing format, when somebody sees your advertisement and he likes it, there's always a like button, right? The person clicks on the like button, which means that he likes what you've posted. Once you have those number of likes, you can now contact all those who had liked your ad and now ask them if they were interested in whatever you're advertising. Some people will like the ad and then they will still get back to you. They will contact you, okay? They will contact you and talk with you and ask you more about the product. Some will just like and they will just pass. So you can even get back to them. If they like and they didn't get back to you, you can get back to them. Now, the benefits as far as digital marketing is concerned, compared to traditional marketing, is two-way. There is always what we call the precise market targeting. You can target a specific audience. With a radio station, you cannot go to a radio station. You want to run an ad in the Northwest region. You say you want only people in Bamenda. only people in maybe Queen. Or if you want to target Cameroon, you say you only want people in Yaoundé, Douala to hear what the message which you're sharing. It's not possible. If you want to target the whole of Bamenda, if you want to target only maybe Bamenda City, Bamenda 1, Bamenda 2, Bamenda 3, if you want to target just one of these Bamendas, it's practically impossible if you're using a radio station, because the radio station broadcasts in all these regions. So it means that when you broadcast on the radio, those who cannot have access to your product will not be able to get back to you. Okay, so you'll be advertising your product on the radio station, but only those who are around you will be able to get back to you. But as far as digital marketing is concerned, you can actually target only those who are in your environment, and you'll be able to get your result. We equally have increased customer satisfaction and experience. Very true, because when a customer sees your advertisement, he'll be able to get back to you instantly. You guys can talk. If he likes your product, he will actually purchase that product. Increase customer retention. Once we've connected the way we have today, right? You guys came through an ad, you are now attending this session. In future, if there is any other information you need from me, you will actually come to me directly, right? But when it concerns a shop, when someone comes to a shop, buys the product and goes, it's very difficult to get back to the person if you didn't get the person's contact. But for online marketing, the person cannot get to you without actually getting either your contact or any of your social media handles. So once a person has gotten to you for the very first time, you guys can always interact, you can always share ideas. We have what we call increased cross-sell and upsell. When you are actually doing marketing, you advertise your product to someone, he advertises to another one, another person advertises to another one. It is very easy for 5 or 10 people to know about your product instantly when it comes to digital marketing than traditional marketing. If we have a particular program going on, a free training like this, and someone says, I have 2 or 3 friends which I believe they are interested, what should I do? You share the link and instantly you're able to connect with them. But if someone comes to your shop, I have 2 of my friends that are interested, but when I go home, maybe I will talk with them and we are going to come back to your shop. And they go, it ends there. It will be very difficult for them to come back. More revenue through what? Personalized offers. There are times which you have 10,000 people who have contacted you and you have a variety of prices which you give them. So you are giving them different offers depending on their pockets, right? But if 10 people enter your shop right now and you're talking about a particular product, it'll be very difficult. You know, when it concerns the shop, it's very difficult to be negotiating prices with someone, with 2 people at the same time, and then you think that you reduce the price for one and you keep it with the other, and the other person will not know. Very difficult. So personalized offer is very good when it comes to digital marketing. Market efficiency and quick time to value. Very perfect. It caters to what? Mobile consumption. So more people are now using their mobile devices to access information. So when it comes to online sales, mobile devices have come a long way, especially when it comes to mobile applications. It helps a lot when it comes to digital marketing. It equally provides better return on investment. We've already talked about this. And it can give you up to 300%, which means that you can make up to 300% of what you've invested. Okay, that's on your profit when you use digital marketing as compared to the traditional way of marketing. Then we have the last point, which is digital marketing earns people trust. Very, very true. Once you've discussed with somebody, the person is able to deliver the product, you're able to deliver products to that person, the trust is already there. Each time he or she needs that service, he is going to come back. They are going to come back to you. As simple as that. So with digital marketing, once the trust is there, and like I always say, digital marketing always begins with trust. When people trust you, they are going to buy products from you. If they don't trust you, it will be very difficult. That's the reason why these social media platforms are giving the blue ticks to people who have earned it. And these ticks are being given based on what? Trust. When these social media platforms trust you and they notice that people trust you, they are going to give you what? This blue tick. And with a blue tick, it's very difficult for someone to get rid of your money. Very difficult if that person has been verified by these social media platforms. All right, so right now we are going to get straight into the pillars of digital marketing. If you are thinking of getting into the digital marketing world, you need to understand these digital marketing pillars. At the level of the advanced digital marketing course, we actually handle all these pillars. Apart from one, which is one of these components, which is the website. Website is a very broad topic and is handled separately. Apart from that, all the other components are being treated as far as the advanced course is concerned. When I say being treated, I mean detailing, practically. We have the PPC, we have the search engine optimization, we have social media marketing, we have email marketing, we have display advertisement, affiliate marketing, content marketing, and so on. Now, there are three major pillars that constitute digital marketing. Three major, okay? There are several pillars, but these three are the core. So when you're talking about digital marketing, you must mention these three pillars. If you're calling yourself a certified digital marketing expert, you must know these three major pillars. The three major pillars include, we have SEO, which means search engine optimization, SEM, which means PPC, which means search engine marketing, PPC, which means pay per click. PPC and SEM, they're the same. SMO, which means social media organic, and we have the SMM, which is social media marketing. Before I continue, if you have a question, please, you are free to ask. Any question? Any questions?
Hello?
Yes? If you have a question, you are free to ask, please.
Hello?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Okay, yeah, so, okay, I want to ask about all these pillars that we are doing now. So what you're telling us is that we are just doing, but a kind of overview of everything, and then we can then go detailing during the advanced training, or there are some tips that we can get there. And if somebody doesn't want to continue with the advanced, can the person be well equipped at this level to carry on certain things, or this just like the introduction?
Like the topic of this course, fundamentals of digital marketing. Digital marketing on itself, this digital marketing course runs for a duration of.
Yes.
Listen, the digital marketing course, the advanced digital marketing training program runs for 6 months. We have 4 months of intensive training, 1 month internship, and the last month you prepare for your exams. And there are 2 major exams, global exams. We have the Google exams from US and the CPT exams from UK. What we are doing now is we are actually building a foundation as far as digital marketing is concerned. We are going to talk about the various pillars, but we are not getting into details of it. Okay, we just want you to understand, to have that foundation. We want you to understand what these pillars are. It is very, very important. Is that okay? We are going to have one or two. Yes, we are going to have 1 or 2 practical sessions, but we are not going deep into it because just each of these modules you see here takes about a month or so to complete. So we are not going to go deep into them. Okay, so we have SEO itself takes approximately a month, PPC takes approximately a month, SMO takes approximately a month, then the other modules, 1 month will actually cement that and it completes the 4 months training class. Sometimes it can exceed 4 months if the students are not very smart in that particular batch. So these are the 3 major pillars. We have SEO, we have SEM, and we have the SMM. The other pillars include, we have websites, we have content marketing, we have email marketing, affiliate marketing, mobile marketing, analytics or Google Analytics, we have graphic design. Okay, these are other pillars, but these are the 3 major pillars. Now, We are going to begin by looking at the first pillar. We are going to begin by looking at the first pillar. But before we get into the first pillar, I'm just going to ask a quick question. Okay? How many of you have done any research on Google of recent? And what did you research on? We are looking at, we have started the first pillar, which is SEO.
Okay, yes. Can I answer it?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, I go to Google almost every day. You know, I'm a teacher by profession.
Okay.
So I search for things almost even this evening. I've gone to Google several times.
Okay, all right. Any other person?
Yes.
All right. So what we are going to do is we are going to look at doing some practical exercises right now. I'm just simply going to take you guys to Google. So this is Google right now. When you open Google for the very first time, you're not going to see any information on the screen. Now let me take you guys to an incognito window. This is a fresh window. There is no information, no research. The only way you can get information is when you carry out a specific research. For example, if I want to search for something like rent a boat, for example. Is this Google? Google has changed. Let me see. Okay, so we have rent a boat. We have rent a car. We have buy a house. We have rent a house. We have iPhone 11. We have.
Excuse me, sir, we can't see our screen.
I don't understand. Oh, okay.
Hello?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. We can see your screen.
Can you see right now?
Oh yeah.
I hope you guys could see my previous slides, right?
Yeah, we can see you now. We can see your screen now.
Okay. Now, this is a normal Google search. All right, this is a normal Google search. And there are some few things which I've seen that have changed as compared to yesterday. Just in the past 24 hours, some few things have changed. Now, I have just done a Google search. Let me go back to this other window. I just want to confirm something. I don't know why this guy is. Okay, so I've done a research, okay? See, I've done a research right now. I've typed here rent a car and I've been able to get results, okay? I've been able to get results from different companies that are actually offering the service of a car rent, that are actually offering car rental services, okay? We have the top, the one which is at the top, the company which is at the top is the Rentup. We have rental cars. We have Dollar UAE. Okay, we have Speedy Drive and so on. These are all companies that actually offer car rental services. Okay, these are companies that actually offer car rental services. So if I go to, let's say, rent a house, okay, we have companies that actually offer this service as well. We have Property Finder, we have SquareYard.ae. These are all companies that offer house rental services, real estate services. Now, when you look at these ads critically, you will notice something, okay? When you look at these ads critically, now, if you don't have the eyes of a digital marketing expert, or if you don't have an eyes of as a digital marketer, or someone who has an idea as far as digital marketing is concerned, you will not be able to differentiate these ads. Okay, now when you do a search on a Google search result page, you are going to have two types of ads. We have the free ad, we have the paid ad. All free ads are called search engine optimization. So when you hear the word search engine optimization, it simply means free ads. Search engine optimization means free ads. Then when you hear the word PPC or SEM, let me go back. When you hear the word SEM or PPC, it simply means paid ads, while SEO simply means free ads. So when you do a search, okay, and beside a website, you see this word AD. This word AD. When you see this word AD beside a particular website, know that this is a paid ad. This is a paid ad. So you either see AD or you can see the word sponsor. Both of them are the same. You can either see AD or what? Sponsor. Okay? But most of the times you're going to see the word AD. It means what? Paid ads. Okay? Now when you see websites without the AD, like this one, without the AD, like this one, like this one. What's happening here? I'm trying to do an annotation. Okay, when you see an ad without the AD like this or this, then it is a free ad. This is how you differentiate between a paid ad and a free ad. Okay, this is a paid ad and this is a free ad. So on the Google search results, we usually have maximum of 7 paid ads. 7 paid ads. 4 at the top, 3 at the bottom. But sometimes you can have less than 4 at the top and less than 3 at the bottom, but you can't have more than that. Okay? You can't have more than 4 at the top and you can't have more than 3 at the bottom. Now, I did a search on an incognito window, another window here. So instead of having, we have what, the rent a car here. Instead of having the ads, what did we have? Sponsor. So it's the same. Ads or sponsors are the same thing. Okay? So this simply means paid ad. This is paid ad. So you notice that we have how many paid ads here? At the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top. And if you scroll down, let's see if we have any ad at the bottom. Okay, so at the bottom we have how many ads? 1, 2, 3. So we had 4 at the top and 3 at the bottom. So we had 7 paid ads on this page. 7 paid ads on this page. If you go to the rent a car, sponsored, we have 1. So on the first page, we have just 1 ad, 1 paid ad. On the bottom, we have none. Okay, and you can see these are the various pages. You can click on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go to the various pages. Okay, same here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We go to the next page. So here we had 4 at the top, 3 at the bottom. So if I go to the next page, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top and 3 at the bottom. Okay, so on every Google search result page, you have 4 paid ads at the top and 3 at the bottom. I hope that is clear. Now, in today's class, we're going to be talking about the free ads. So, how did these companies create their ads in such a way that they appear on the Google first page? So, after the first four paid ads, the next that follow are what? Free ads. This is a free ad, 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 this is a free ad. These are all free ads. So after the first 4, you now have free ads, and after the free ads, we now have what? 3 paid ads at the bottom. The question is, how did these people come? How did the paid ads appear here, and how did the free ads appear? For your ad to appear at the top of the Google search result, the first thing is that you either have to pay for the service, or you actually create good content on your website, which is very good in the eyes of Google. Okay, in the eyes of Google and in the eyes of your audience. So if you want your ads to appear at the first page of Google search results, you can either pay for it. If you don't have money to pay for it, then make sure you create good content on your website. Once you've created good content on your website, Google is going to visit that website, see the things that are on the website. If it is comfortable in the eyes of Google, Google is going to rank your website on the first page. So for you to actually show your website on this first page, it means that the content which you've created is very, very good, is very, very unique. Unique content. You cannot share some other person's content and you think you appear on the first page. These are all unique content. Contents that have not been used by any other person on the internet space or on their websites. So how does Google knows that this content is good? How does Google actually achieve this particular result? Now, what Google does is that Google sends their agents. They have their agents that they send digitally to all websites. And they only send these agents when a particular website invites them to send the agent. So you have to send an invitation to Google requesting that they should send their agents to visit your website and try to go through your content to see if that content is fit to be on the first page of Google search result. How does Google actually send this agent? Now, Google sends something known, Google sends these agents, and then these agents are known as crawlers. So crawlers are like viruses, but in a positive way, okay? They send these agents or these crawlers, sometimes we call them scavengers, digital scavengers. So Google sends these crawlers, they come to your website, they scan the whole of your website. They act as what? They act like a CCTV camera. They scan your website, get all the information on your website, then they report back to Google. Now, when they report back to Google, Google will now look at the content which they have brought back. If the content is good, Google is going to start ranking your website right up to the first page. That is how SEO is being done. That is how these companies actually achieve these first results. That's how this company actually found themselves on the first page of Google search result. There are 2 types of SEO. There are 2 types of paid ads. We have the SEO on page and the SEO off page. We are going to look at that in detail in the advanced class. SEO on page simply means the things that you are going to do on your website to ensure that it ranks on Google, which means that you need to have a little bit of web design skills. So during the advanced course, you actually go through an aspect of web design that is 100% related to digital marketing. So we are going to focus on that aspect, the web design aspect that is related to what? Digital marketing. Which means we are not going to go through the entire web design class. No, We focus on the aspect that is related to digital marketing. And this will be done in the SEO class. We are going to do so many things on the website. There are so many websites which we are going to use. And we are going to make sure we place in contents on those sites to make sure that they run on Google. That is what we call SEO on page. On page means you're working on the website. Then we have SEO off page, which means you're working off the website. So there are simply things that you need to do in order to invite crawlers. Now remember, whatever you're doing on your website, creating content on your website, trying to ensure that the content is good in the eyes of Google, these things which you are doing, you are actually trying to invite those crawlers. You're trying to invite Google through the crawlers. So when you do these things, crawlers are going to come to your website. So what are the things you will do out of your website that will still invite the crawlers? So that's why they call it on page and off page. On page means the things you do on your website for it to rank, and off page are the things you do out of your website for it to rank. For example, you can write articles on different websites, but you place your own website link on that article. When people click on that article, they are going to visit your website. That process that they are visiting, that link which you created, you are actually inviting crawlers. In fact, you are taking crawlers from different websites and you're transferring them to your website. So SEO is just the fight of what? Trying to bring in more crawlers to your website so that they can run your website faster. They can always get information, because if these crawlers don't come to your website will not be ranked. Google will not even know that there's a website existing. You are the one to do what? To invite these crawlers to your website. Any question? Any question from what I've just explained?
Yes, hello?
I'm getting you. Go ahead, please.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Of your website being, what's the essence of your website being at the top, or the first four or last four? Is it for easy recognition or what? Or
now,
does Google pay you for that?
Now, let me ask you a question. Let me answer that question. Okay? See, if I want to buy a car, for example, if I want to rent a car, for example, and I type the word rent a car, once this page opens, if I'm able to get my information on this first page, is there any need for me to go to the next page to continue searching? There is no need.
No.
There is no need. So what you're trying to do is that you're trying to ensure that when people come online to search for what you are selling, your website should be at the top. If your website is not at the top, you're not going to make any sales. What is the essence of you creating websites when it's not going to rank, it's not going to be on the top page? People will not know about your website. That is why you need to ensure that your website actually ranks. Is that understood?
Okay, yes. Yeah, very much. Yes. Thank you. I understand.
Okay. Any other question? Any other question? Somebody is busy attending this class with no mic. I don't even know how the person is, and the camera is on. Any other question? All right, so guys, that is just basically what SEO is. SEO is simply making sure you optimize your website, making sure that your website appears on the first page of Google search result. When your website appears on the first page of Google search result, people are able to do what? People are able to click on your links and they will visit your website. And if there are products or services which you're selling, obviously they are going to buy these products or services. What are the advantages of search engine optimization? Let's get to that right now. Now that you've understood the concept, let's look at some of the benefits. Really explain all of this, how it looks, why SEO. Now, what are some of the advantages? You spend very little when it comes to running this ad as compared to paid ads. You spend very little. You don't even spend. What you might spend might be just creating your website, creating your website and all that. Okay, you have a better return on investment. Once your website is actually ranking very well, people are actually visiting your site, then you're going to have a very good return on investment. You have definite increase in traffic. Yes, once your website is optimized, you're going to have good traffic. 60% of clicks go to the first result. So when people type a search for your ad, if you're ranked very well, your website is always going to appear on the first page. We have 280 million websites on the web. So once you rank on the first page, it means you've outsmarted more than 280 websites. You have higher brand credibility. Once your website appears on the first page, there is already a level of trust. Google will not show your ad on the first page if there is no trust. But for paid ads, even scammers do run paid ads. But for free ads, there must be a high level of trust before your ad is being shown on the first page of Google search results. Your competitors are doing the same thing you're doing, so you need to understand that as well. So since they are doing the same thing, obviously, you are on a better foot. I've already explained the two types of SEO. We have off-page and on-page, and I've told you the differences between these two. What are some of the advantages? I've already explained some of them. Your website will be found, obviously. It's going to improve your competitive edge, expand your customer base and target audience, cost-effective, long-term standings, free traffic. You're creating free ads, right? You have free traffic, high sales, obviously, return on investment, we've talked about that. Better conversion, you're going to make better sales. What are the disadvantages? It takes a longer period before your website actually appears on the first page of Google search results. It can take you not less than 6 months. So you need to give yourself at least 6 months if you're actually doing something great. The age of your website matters a lot. You can't just create a website today and you think that in the next 6 months you're going to achieve that. Okay, so what you need to do is to create your website, make sure you keep on creating content. After some time, it's going to boom out there. No one really understands how Google works. No one really understands the philosophy. No one really understands the algorithm. But at the level of the Google Ads class, Google SEO class, we are going to try to bring in some of the algorithms. So you try to understand, but you cannot really understand it fully. When we talk about the crawlers, we talk about indexing, there are so many things we're going to talk about, how you can actually understand what Google does, though the guys are changing every blessed day. Like I already said, it takes a long time to see the best results. Gestation period is very long. It takes a longer time for everything to settle down. Okay, and of course, SEO is an ongoing process. You might rank today at the top, the next day you're on the second page because somebody created an article which is far more better than yours. So you need to keep on doing what? Updating your articles every blessed day so that you can have the best results. Any question? Any question? Any question? All right, guys. If there are no questions, then we are going to wrap it up here for today. In our next class, which is on Wednesday, we are going to talk about social media marketing. That is where we are really going to get into practical exercises. We are going to show you how you can introduce your business in the digital space. If you have any business which you're doing, then you should be ready to bring that business next class so that we are going to actually introduce that into the that business. My colleague will be handling social media marketing next class, and trust me, you're really going to enjoy the session. You're going to have a briefing about social media marketing. Then you now have to introduce your business in the digital space as well. Maybe you have to create your business accounts for your businesses on the various social media platforms. We're going to show you how to do that. We're going to show you how you can actually optimize. We're going to show you how you can maybe indicate your contact details about your business. You are actually bringing your business to life as far as the digital marketing space is concerned. And you can actually do that too for other people as well. Okay, so make sure you don't miss the next class. We are going to be having a recap of this session, maybe today, or I don't know. I'm going to discuss with my co-tutor. We are going to see how we can have a recap of this class again in the forum so that those who missed the class can have a catch-up. Okay, so if you have the question, please ask, because we've wrapped up today's session. If you have a question, please ask.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm sure I'm the only one speaking to him. I'm so excited. That's why I'm.
No, I really love the way you are really
Always coming on.
Yeah.
And one, you know, I am working. I am thinking of the future, and you know, and I'm thinking of creating, because I'm thinking of creating a business, you know, for my family, for my wife, because she did fashion designing and modeling and all these things. So I was thinking of, you know, creating a business and to make it, you know, grow and more impactful and go international.
I
and
think
then personally too,
go ahead. I'm getting you.
Oh, okay, just note it down. So, because that also, I just want to give you the reason why I joined this class and the reason why I'm so excited and I want things to go right. So personally too, I want to for my profession. I'm a teacher by profession, and my dream is to, you know, for how can I put it? I'm still thinking of it. So I don't have the right word, but to create something like an organization to train young people to be, you know, to be dependent, self-dependent, to be productive, to be conscious of the life that you're supposed to live, to be fulfilled in destiny. So when I look at these things, I'm thinking of how do I get to the world? How do I impact the world?
Digital
How do I
marketing.
get what I have inside to the world? So that's why you see me in this. So yes.
Wow, I really love your enthusiasm and the willingness you have to actually obtain these skills. Trust me, digital marketing is the best way you can actually grow your business. There is no other tool apart from digital marketing. And of course, from what you've just explained, I think the next session will really help you a lot. Once you attend the next session, when we get into social media, because for businesses which are just introduced that are still growing, not every business will want to have a website at the moment. But for new businesses, what they can do is they can start by having their social media handles. And that's what we are going to cover in our next class. So you're going to learn how you can create a business for your wife. You can actually introduce it online. You can have the various business pages on the various social media platforms. You are going to have that in the next class.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other question?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm just being delighted, and actually, I'm very opportune to be in the class. And actually, for most entrepreneurs like us who are actually wanting to go into the face of the marketing, we look forward to stuff like this, you know, so that we can actually know how to embark on a journey for marketing. You know that for digital marketing, that has a lot to do with market positioning. You know, positioning is actually creating a place in the consumer's mind, and you know, we need something like this. So my question was, how long is it gonna take, or how long do we have? How much time do you have to pay for the certificate? So to pay for the certificate,
I think from
that's
now,
what I'm clear.
Yeah, I think from now you have a week. I'm going to announce that in the forum after this. You have a week. And another thing too is that once you fill the forms, because once you fill the form, we are still going to reiterate for those who actually want their certificates, but you have at least a week. You have a week. Even if you are not paying all at once, you can pay part of it so that the certificate will be produced. And whenever you complete, you can get a certificate. So it does not really matter if you have to pay all at the same time. If you can't pay all at once, all you need to do is you pay any amount which you can, so that the certificate can be produced. And when you are ready to get a certificate, you complete the remaining amount and you collect your.
Okay, sir. Actually, how do we get a certificate, or how long is it gonna take for us to have this certificate? You know, some of us are in Cameroon.
Yes. Once the certificate,
Okay.
after this class should end. This class should end on Friday. Is it Friday?
Okay.
Yes. This class should end on Friday. And after the class ends, you have a week to get a certificate. You have 1 week
Okay.
after the class and the certificates will be ready. And when the certificates are ready, we are going to forward them to your various mails. Because it's going to take a week for them to produce and for them to be signed. And once they have been signed, we are going to send them to your various email addresses.
Are you going to send them soft or the hard copy, sir?
We are going to send them soft copy. You will receive them to your various email addresses after a week. A week from Friday, you're going to get them.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Any other question, please?
Yes. Just to ask that for the advanced training, when is it starting? And you talked about 6 months, and you talked about a fee of 100. Was it 130?
Yes.
So when is it starting? And when is it starting? And what are we supposed to do if you are interested for the advanced training? What preparations are you supposed to be doing now, or towards it? And when is it starting? So you can put one or two things together.
The training begins on March 14. It begins on March 14. You can pay fees in installments of 25,000. But you need to begin with a registration. Once you begin with a registration fee, you are going to be permitted to attend the class. But after some time, you need to pay in your first installment, and you can pay the installments as time goes. Maybe after 3 weeks or 1 month, you pay the next installment. Okay, that's just how it works. And you need to try to have a computer system, because trust me, the class is 100% practical. We are not going to come and be, what we are doing now, we are not going to be doing theoretical aspect. Everything is practical. Everything is practical. That's why we are even having up to we have 4 months. Because if you have to get into the theoretical aspect, it's going to take more than that. That's the reason why we are having most of these theories, for you to understand the concept, so that when we get into the course itself, you won't have to worry about all these theories which we are talking about right now. So you need to have a PC, just have a computer system. If you have one, then it's good, okay, because it's going to be live on Zoom. There is nothing like WhatsApp session, no. It's live on Zoom. You always have recorded sessions at the end of the class. Okay, you have your notes. You don't even need to make notes, but you can have your jotter, because we are going to provide the notes. We make the notes as we move along in the classes, and you are going to receive these notes in your email addresses. You receive the recorded session as well. There's always a place. The recorded sessions are for live. And one thing about the course is that even when you are done, you can continue attending the other batch, which means you can. Digital marketing is a continuous process. There are always new things that are introduced in the digital space. And when these things are introduced, we equally introduce them into the course. So when anything new is introduced, you have to get along. You have to get along. You need to follow up as well. After the 4 months training, you're going to have 1 month internship. Okay, after 1 month internship, then while you are actually going through the internship process, you are equally preparing for your exams. Once we know you are ready, we now get to Google, we register you for the Google exam, register for the CPT, and then you can now write your exams.
Okay, yeah, yes, sir. Then for those now after the exam, because we are also looking at productivity,
Yes,
maybe other learners who will join maybe later on, who may
yes.
just want to get the skill and get employment. Does your company offer employment or connections or the stuff like that to learners so
There
that
are,
some people
there
can
are,
get
there
benefit
are
from the
First and foremost, there are so many job opportunities out there. Once you're done with the course, there are so many job opportunities out there. Secondly, you can create your own digital marketing agency. We are going to teach you how to create a digital marketing agency. Once you are done with the course, you're done with your exams, then you're going to have a session. We are going to have a session on how to create a digital marketing agency. That one helps you if you actually want to be on your own, if you want to be self-employed with these skills, you're going to learn how to create a digital marketing agency. I have so many students that have projects that I give them projects on daily basis. I give them projects on daily basis. They handle the projects. The income are theirs. Okay, they handle these projects. They get the income from there. Especially projects from Cameroon. I don't really like handling most projects in Cameroon. I always make sure I give them. When someone contacts me, or I usually get so many contacts in respect to maybe Google Ads, run Google Ads, social media campaigns, or website development, I always give them to students in Cameroon so that they can actually communicate very well. They can even meet physically if necessary. If necessary, they can meet physically. So digital marketing, one thing which is good in Cameroon is that digital marketing is still very young. So many people don't know about it. So many people don't know about digital marketing. It's still very young. And what you are going to be learning on Friday, one of my students has made, what you'll be learning, not Friday, Wednesday, okay? In the space of 2 days, one of my students made 60,000 francs just from what we are going to do on Thursday. Very, very easy, straight to the point. There are people who don't know how to introduce their businesses online. So if someone doesn't know and he wants you to do, please, I want you to introduce my business on Facebook. I want you to introduce my business on these social media platforms. First, you charge the person, obviously. Okay, if you want me to introduce it, first and foremost, just by creating the page and putting all the content and all that, can charge the person 10 to 15,000 to make sure everything is right. The next thing is you can now negotiate even content, posting of content, maybe weekly, daily, monthly. You can work on a particular wage or on a monthly fee and so on. Not to talk of running campaigns. That is a whole ball game. Running Google Ads, running campaigns. It's a whole ball game. Then not to talk of you having an agency and working with companies, not even individuals, companies, recognized companies, registered companies. You are working as their digital marketing expert with a digital marketing agent specialist. It's a field that can go in any other, you can work in any organization as a digital marketing expert. You can work in a construction company, a real estate company, a financial institution. You can even work in an accounting firm, a law firm as a digital marketing expert. If you have to migrate from Cameroon to a developed countries, you're going to understand this more better because you're going to see so many paid ads that are done by companies of different fields of studies or from different fields. How do these ads do portray on the social media platforms, on websites? It's down to digital marketing experts. Without a digital marketer, you can't do all those things. And with a digital marketer, you are diverse in different departments. You are diverse, you have different ideas, you can work in different fields. I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah, very well, sir, very well. Thank you very much for the elaborate insight. I mean, I now see why I should get more and more focused. No, I've always had this passion, but I've never had this opportunity.
Okay,
thank you very much.
you're welcome. Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? All right, if there is no other question, then we are going to call it off for today and prepare for the next class, which will take place, which will take place on Wednesday, and it's really going to be 2 hours of intensive learning. We might even exceed, but we pray that we actually work with time. Okay, so make sure you attend our next session. Thank you all for joining us, and see you in our forum. Bye-bye for now.